as was the case in France, Erwin Rommel led his German and Italian tanks and soldiers from the front line. Seeing their commander in the thick of the fight earned Rommel great respect from his
What's this, break time? Yeah, soak it in.
What a wonderful feeling.
Success came quickly in North Africa. Almost immediately, Rommel began driving the British Army out of key desert strongholds throughout 1941. The early victories by an aggressive and audacious Rommel in North Africa's western desert earned him more points than Adolf Hitler. Germany's Führer felt the people back home needed to better know one of his most successful field commanders. Hitler promoted Rommel to field marshal. Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels was told to make Erwin Rommel into a hero back in the fatherland.
EU Dana.
Rommel's the handsome man. It didn't hurt him photogenic. It didn't hurt him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rommel became the poster boy for the film.
Soak it in, Sam. Soak it in. Oh, hell yeah.
The German
Soak it in,
army's
Sam.
face of
Soak it
victory
in.
provided a much-needed boost of morale on the home front as the war headed into 1942.
Now this is living.
Truly soothing.
Yeah, soak it in.
Der Held von Afrika.
Rommel's run of success in North Africa had given him freedoms not enjoyed in other parts of the world by German generals, especially those commanding in Russia, where Germany had invaded the Soviet Union in 1941. The Desert Fox, as Rommel had been respectfully branded by the British for his genius and daring, had latitude due to his early victories. When orders came in from the Nazi general staff and Rommel didn't like them, he ripped them up and did it his way. These actions baffled the British, who were still reading the Germans' coded messages telling them where the next battle would be fought.
The British were expecting that he was going to follow the orders that they were reading courtesy of Ultra, and which, almost as soon as Rommel got those orders, he tossed them out the window and did it his own way.
In 1942, the fight in North Africa began to turn back.
Huh? It's pulling us in!
It was the breakthrough. It was our life tags for
Where in the world are we?
Wait, are you Sam? Where did you come from just now? Did you perhaps arrive here by way of a hot spring? If so, then we have much to discuss. Would you be so kind as to access the delivery terminal? Whenever you have a moment, that is.
You actually managed to jump here from the Miracle Spring. I knew it. I'd always theorized the existence of incredibly strong overlaps between this world and the beach. Places where a special kind of hot spring would emerge through the tar currents. Similar to the plate gates, but on a smaller scale. In principle, a person could use one to ride the currents within the Earth and jump to other connected springs. Just like you did. In fact, I dug that spring you used in order to test this theory. And now, I want to confirm if it holds true for different locations. I'd love it if you were able to help Sam. I'll add the necessary functions to your PCC. Just so you know, I've added hot spring digger functions to the level 2 PCC. You now have the ability to identify a suitable location and commence excavation. Once a hot spring has been completed, feel free to take a dip and relax. I should mention that these springs are invaluable from my beach water research. As a hydrologist, they're a critical resource. So, if I may ask, Sam, would you be willing to use my digger to find and excavate hot springs throughout the continent? Please report back to me if you do dig any. I'll make sure to reward you for your efforts. Once you've readied your level 2 PCC and selected the digger, listen for pulses alerting you to underground water sources nearby. Pulses become more frequent as you move closer to a source, so wait until the interval between them is as short as possible before finally picking a spot to dig. Once you commence construction, the process is automated. All you need to do is wait for the hot spring to percolate to the surface. The digger will also remove any dangerous contaminants from the water. This means that as soon as the hot spring is ready, you can wade right in. Sources can be found everywhere, but depending on the location, the resulting spring will have different properties. I'm also thinking of adding a feature that will let you customize aspects of the springs you dig. Perhaps that will give you something to look forward to as well. The waters of the beach in our world circulate within the same system. As a hydrologist, I study this system. The hot springs of the Australian continent are the product of underground beach water that has been heated by dark currents. But there's more to it than that. A space-time phenomenon, similar to plate gates, has been observed at the points where hot springs emerge. In other words, it seems to be possible to jump between hot springs linked via the dark currents. I had been meaning to test this theory, but then you took the initiative and proved the truth for me. From what I saw earlier, it seems the teleportation process has no adverse effect on you. But just remember that you won't be able to take all types of cargo when you jump. Said cargo will be left behind at the hot spring you jumped from. It should be automatically stored in the digger's private locker, though. Make sure that you don't forget about it afterwards. Were you at all interested in digging hot springs? If so, there's a promising site I've identified. It's to the northwest of here. My analysis suggests that a potential source should be present in that vicinity. I'll post a formal aid request shortly, so consider heading in that direction and testing out the hot spring digger. If you do end up digging one, don't forget to return and inform me of your accomplishment. In your own time, of course. I'm not planning on going anywhere for the foreseeable future.
Order accepted. Thank you.